Hi everyone, welcome back to Caapid Simplified, and in this case Pass Simplified as well. We were thinking what would be common yet grueling question that we keep hearing about Caapid and Pass, something that we always have our calls with applicants, and which is this: the foundational question of whether Caapid or Pass. Do I apply for a DDS DMD program, or do I go for a specialty, a residency, or for an AGD GPR? And today in this video, we're going to be addressing that question and what all parameters and should you use to sort of come up to that decision. Let's begin. So we've enumerated 4 points or 4 parameters which we think are definitely your go-to starter pack to make this decision, right? And this is obviously for those people who are confused still as to which path to pursue and who have not gotten it decided and wrapped up by now. Now, the first thing is, the first point is expertise or / goal. Now, this is a very underrated point, which I think should be your first and primary parameter that you use to make this decision, because I can't really blame you all for doing this, because this is such an intense and competitive procedure and application that people tend to think what is the ideal way to get into the US, right? Or which is the ideal application that I should do. And while you should think of all that, of course, to have a very strategic application and strategic plan, your first thought should be about what your goal is. What is your goal, and what is your goal for expertise in this case, right? So the 2 options are these. If you're looking to get exposure to specialties or to even advanced dental, like general procedures, etc., then Pass might be your best fit. At the same time, if you're looking to start from scratch, or in other words, educate yourself very comprehensively about dentistry, but in a different landscape of infrastructure, of faculty members, of quality, etc., which gives you a better overview and control over the entire field and understanding of the entire field, then DDS DMD through Caapid is your best bet. The next one is geographical location / licensure. Now, this is a very important one because a lot of people don't realize that Pass gives you limited licensure, which is why if your state of residence or domicile is fixed in one place, and any personal circumstance or probably your dream of living in a particular place sort of anchors you down to one state or one locality, and you cannot leave that for any reason, then your best fit might be Pass, but make sure that you check the legislations, the rules of your state and of the program that you're choosing, because these do tend to change and it is very much dependent on each state. So do check that and then pick out your colleges and programs and then apply for it. However, if you don't have anything of that sort that really ties you down to a particular state, and you can go anywhere, you have the flexibility, or probably you're a free bird who likes to experiment and like go across and try different things and come back to another place, or keep practicing in different places, then Caapid is something that you can definitely pursue, because Caapid gives you countrywide pan US licensure. You'll obviously have to take the exams, but it opens up everything for you in a way that you're in all the sense in the entire country. So that's your best bet. Third one pertains to your home country, or rather, broadly speaking, your goal in terms of your future. Where do you see yourself? If you're doing this residency or whichever program that you choose to do, to just upskill yourself and then go back to your home country and then practice there, then Pass could very well work for you, because you will definitely get a very advanced degree. You would add to your skill sets, and this will obviously add a big value to your resume, and you will be better prepared to serve the targeted population that you have in mind in a much better and much advanced way, in a much empathetic way. So all in all, you get what you want, and the cost might be lower, and you also get to go back. Now, at the same time, if your foreseeable future lies in Canada or the US, or that's where your life is going to be, and then a comprehensive degree or DDS or DMD under Caapid makes absolute sense. It'll be worth the cost, worth the time, worth your effort, because you'll have all the flexibility to do whatever you want with your degree and have all your avenues open. Reserving the most intense and most tangible one for the end, either cost of education or finances. Now, this is a very important one. If you feel like funding your education is a primary concern for you, and maybe 200,000 USD loan is going to be giving you sleepless nights and is going to be really, really hard to sort of tackle and navigate, then probably PASS could be a good fit for you, better fit for you, because there are programs that cost much less mostly. Secondly, there are even 12-month programs if you're going for maybe an AGD or a GPR. And more importantly, there are certain programs, very, very rarely, but they exist, certain programs where they pay you a stipend to the students, so which sort of helps you to balance at least your cost of living or sort of stay afloat in the process. Now, while on the other hand, if you're in a position to be able to fund your finances in a much smoother manner, or you have a plan already set in place for it, or maybe you have a co-signer in the US, which makes the entire process easier, then a DDS DMD program is definitely something you can go for or pursue, because you're sorted, or not sorted, but you're taken care of. You'll be able to go through this process and then pay back once you get a job. Now, this is something that even though it's a pain point for most of us, most of the applicants, it's something that I feel like applicants don't look at as much before they reach the stage of an acceptance or interview invite, which is something that I would advise against. It's something that you should definitely look into before you apply, or sort of in the preparation stage, at least to know that you are aware of the situation, you're aware of how much will be spent and what has to be done, and also whether you have viable options, because it'll be really heartbreaking to go through the entire process and stress and strain, and then to finally find out that you are out of options. So do keep this in mind. This brings us to the end of the video. I hope these factors helped. This especially, I think, is a time where it's crucial, because most of you all will be preparing ahead for the application. You'll be making decisions as to what you want to do, which program you should apply to, what matches your profile better. So please do consider more than your resume while you make that decision, like these factors, and make the right choice, or make the most viable and most feasible choice for you. And if you all feel there are more parameters that you all should consider, you can comment them below, and we'd love to sort of crowdsource that information for all of you. And good luck. Happy CAAPID, happy PASS, and make sure that you, as we always say, have a support system to discuss these things with, so that it doesn't suck out your sanity, and you can go through this process one day at a time. Bye-bye.